I'm here with Greg Curtis with the Good Earth Greenhouse, and today we're talking about some ornamental grass. An ornamental grass can be kind of a cool way to do something a little bit different with your yard.
It really is, Jeff. It's one of my favorite plants to have in our landscape at the house because it gives us interest really 10 months out of the year. So it's going to look like this and all the way till February, maybe even early March, and then you would come back and trim it, 6 inches to 8 inches off the ground and let it start coming back for next year.
And this is a good time of year to come and check it out because you'll get a real good idea of what it's actually going to look like.
It really will. It's pretty hard to explain this jet stream. This one's called jet stream, how this looks, even looking at a picture. So you can see, this plant in the ground is going to be a little over 5 foot tall. This one would be one that some of our customers go, I don't like ornamental grasses because they get really, really big. Well, this is your pampas grass, and pampas grasses do normally get a little bigger in size. Well, what I would do on this one in about 2 years, take a shovel, just divide it, in the fall, give some to your friends or plant it in another spot of the yard. The other ones that we have here on the table and on the ground, pretty easy to take care of. That one's probably gonna maybe triple in size over the next 4 to 5 years. But other than that, they're easy to manage.
So some will come out a little bit more and then some will have more of that height to it.
Yeah, and you could do a total landscape just in grasses. You can go on Pinterest and see, there's some, go from a Hamlin grass to the redhead here to this big tall pampas grass, and you can have it all layered and looking great all year long.
Now, as far as planting, this might be a good time because though they can set their roots a little bit faster.
Yeah, so you've been listening as we talk over the years. As long as the ground,
I pick up something every now and then.
Every now and then, I thank you for that. As long as the ground temperature is really above 40, the roots are always going to be putting growth on. So now is a great time of year. Might as well enjoy this because it's not going to look like this until next year. So you're going to have green growth, and then about next July, August, it's going to start putting the plumes up.
One last question.
Yeah.
What about soil conditions? Some of them need a little bit more of a wet soil, some more well-drained.
Yeah, great question. So really the pampas grass, the one with the leaves that'll cut you, let's say, and the bigger ones, they'll take dry conditions as well as wet conditions. When you go to some of your other dwarf grasses like this, they'd rather have well-drained soil. Now they'll take shady conditions like we're sitting in now or standing in now, or full blazing sun, it doesn't matter. Fertilization, just fertilize what you're doing your other shrubs with. As we always talk about, use Jumpstart when you plant. But other than that, they're good to go.
All right, so if you have a little kind of a swampy area, you'd want something a little bit more like that if it's not a well-drained area.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us back here next week for the Good Earth Greenhouse.